A couple things I'll share before I dig in and give some tips that we've seen. First, for whatever reason, I understand it, but these tend to be pretty uncomfortable for the people planning the event. I think it's something about losing control and giving control up
Mm.
to other people to run and not knowing exactly how they're going to go. But they're actually really easy and really low risk. Again, I haven't seen a single event where they weren't the top rated session. And they can be they can really lower your workload. Now, in order for that to happen, there's a few things to keep in mind. One, don't make these overly structured. Don't try to say, hey, everybody needs to fit into exactly this mold. Just say, what are we trying to accomplish? Who are the right people to lead sessions on what we're trying to accomplish? And then let them run. Let them structure it how they want to structure it. So that's the first piece. Give them a little direction, but then let them handle it however they want to. And if a session isn't what somebody wanted, they can always move on to another one. The second is give people enough time. Again, part of the uncomfortableness is like, okay, we're going to do breakouts, but I need these to just be 10 minutes because we're trying to shoehorn this into the agenda. This is an incredibly important part of the agenda. Make sure you give enough time for the interaction, not just for the content, people to be able to ask questions. Now, that may be 30 minutes, that may be 45 minutes, that may be an hour. We try not to have sessions that go much over an hour in the virtual world, but anywhere in that 30 minutes to an hour is make sure you give people enough time. Make them interactive. So the best way we've seen these work, just use Zoom, right? If 5 people show up or 300 people show up or 500 people show up, you can have everybody on video. Anybody can turn their video on at any point in time, audio, ask questions, interrupt. The best part of this is the interactivity. You also then don't have to worry about training all of your presenters on a new technology in order to use. So everybody has used it. It works. It's easy. Drive people to Zoom sessions and then just let them go and let them run. And the last one we've seen some people who who have their attendees select ahead of time which one they want to attend and then lock them into what they selected. Still super valuable. We recommend against that. Let people choose. It can be 3 at a time, 9 at a time, but have a number of sessions going on at once. People have a preconceived notion of what they want to hear. They're going to jump in. Some of them, it may be exactly what they want to hear. Some of it may be, gosh, I was thinking this would really be more implementation oriented. So they can go and jump to another one. That's okay. Like let them get to whatever's most valuable for them. They're going to engage more. They're going to ask more questions. And it's going to be more valuable for everybody. Also gives an opportunity for them to pull their peers in to say, hey, Lindsay, you really need to get over to this session. I'm hearing it. This is really good, right? And allows you to move over and something that's going to add the most value to you. So don't make them overly structured. Make sure they give them enough time. Make sure the technology is one that's interactive and give people a choice. If you do that, it's actually really low amount of work and overhead and it'll bring a ton of value.
Yeah, no, I was smiling during that because it reminded me how if you let people kind of freely choose what they're most interested in, it begins to mimic more and more the energy of an in-person event. So remember Yext did this with their deal rooms, is that they just set up a bunch of rooms in Philo, each with the session, the topic, and a leader. And then people could navigate, and you would see how people were sort of navigating and shifting to sessions that were maybe more popular, which is exactly what would happen in person, right? Is people just kind of mill about and kind of go check out different talks. And then you see a crowd over there and you head over there, or you poke around. So I love mimicking that kind of in-person energy.